Individuals who voted for Trump are now finding that their health care is going to be taken away by Trump.
My medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me. That would kill my friends. That would kill millions of people in this country if they lose their health care.
We're in California's District 22, a rural community in the state's Central Valley. This district voted for Trump for the first time in 2024, but now his policies threaten one of the benefits people here rely on the most. Do you know anyone personally who voted for President Trump but depends on benefits like Medicaid?
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people.
One resident who would be impacted by Medicaid cuts is 64-year-old Irma Arredondo, who voted for Trump in 2024. Irma has several chronic health issues, including type 1 diabetes. She's also a full-time caregiver for her daughter, who has cerebral palsy, and her sister, who has Turner syndrome.
Jeez Louise, bro. Like, this much chronic and just illness in general in the family and conditions, and you're voting for the Republican Party. This harkens back to the lead up to the election. Why are we spending all this money on Ukraine instead of the American people? The Republican Party has never wanted to spend money on the American people. The Republican Party has never wanted to help the American people. The Republican Party is trying to stop money from siphoning all over the goddamn place, to bring it all toward themselves, to steal it for themselves. That's the purpose of why they run for office, to accumulate wealth for themselves. You can pay for their health care. That's perfectly fine. You can pay for their kids' education. That's perfectly fine. You can fund their luxurious lifestyles by voting for them and basically taking care of their all of their needs and necessities. You can do that as a taxpayer. But God forbid you as the taxpayer ask in return health care, ask in return education, ask in return social mobility, socioeconomic mobility. You ask for that in return, you are now a bottom feeder. You are now a fraudster. You are now dependent on the government. You are now leeching off the state. And who has propagated this propaganda? Those who leech off the state, those who steal off from the government, those who fraud and scam, like Trump, like Mike Johnson, like J.D. Vance. The same political party that takes your money is the same political party that believes that you don't deserve your money. But they condition you to believe that it's not yours, when in reality, it is. Without taxpayer money, this society doesn't fucking function, and that's the truth. But they would have you believe the money just comes down from on high, and the government has now been given divine power to determine who deserves what. This is false. They've been voted in, they handle our taxpayer money, and our services are ours, our money is ours. It's a damn shame watching people who have burdens like this voting for Trump and the Republican Party, despite the fact that that party couldn't give a single fuck about them.
The medicine that my daughter takes for seizures, I won't be able to afford it. So we feel hopeless if those cuts come, you know. What we're going to do.
Irma was a farm worker for more than a decade. She believes that some of her and her children's health issues can be linked to the pesticides she was exposed to while working in the fields.
Look at me right now. Look at me, how many sicknesses that I have. We got all in the fields. Where else? I feel like these tubby nuts in the back, you know. But why? Why when we put food on their tables? Trump promised a lot of things. I thought it would be more family values and those programs that we really need here.
One of those promises was to protect Medicaid, which 67% of people in this district rely on. It's the largest percentage of any district in the entire country.
Bro, it's like, I'm not trying to be mean, but you worked on farms. I mean, it's possible this lady was undocumented and worked on farms. It seems like it. I don't care what y'all say. It seems like she started out as an undocumented immigrant and probably came through the system and became a citizen at some point. If she even is, I don't know. You probably came here illegally. You worked on farms. Don't you understand the Republican Party ran on a platform of mass deportations? The Republican Party is literally telling Trump on Twitter, we do not want you to spare people who work in restaurants, people who work on farms, people who work in hotels. We want them all gone now. People who vote Republican have brainwashed themselves into believing in a version of Donald Trump that never even existed. Donald Trump supports family values? Seriously. Seriously. The dude who was popping off with a porn star while his wife just gave birth to his son? Normally, I don't really care about what people do in their private life. But, you know, to do that when your wife just gave birth to your son, and then pretend to be pro-family values and promote a political party that seeks to intervene and interfere in the freedom and lives of others, it's hypocritical to me. It's hypocritical to me. This guy has never been pro-family values. She has convinced herself that he is. She believes in a version of Trump that does not exist. Donald Trump has ran on a platform of mass deportations. He has ran on a platform of alienization. He has ran on a platform of hate. I don't know what she was expecting here. People need to stop listening to momentary things conservatives say. They'll say whatever they need to win, but their MO has always been smaller government at the expense of those who fund said government. They're not going to lower your taxes. They're going to keep collecting that money. They're just not going to spend it on you.
Can you guarantee that Medicare, Medicaid will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, we're not going to touch it.
The yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted.
This bill represents the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. It will devastate vulnerable populations.
The largest tax break go to the wealthiest individuals. Are those your values?
No, that's not right.
Irma isn't the only one in District 22 who feels betrayed by the administration's plan to gut Medicaid.
The only people they're hurting are the poor people. People that really need the stuff. Elon Musk doesn't need it. Trump doesn't need it. And, you know, billionaires don't need it.
They're making out big time with this, but they're hurting people in the process.
If we could go back to November, who would you vote for now, seeing what you see?
What either one?
You just wouldn't have voted.
There is literally zero reason for her not to vote for Harris, by the way. Zero reason. Like, she does not sound like someone who came... It doesn't seem like she came here legally. She might have, but given her background and her accent, she probably did. I don't care what y'all say. I don't know what fucking reason. It's always ironic when conservatives are like, these people from these third world countries don't share our values. Yes, they do. A lot of them would vote for Trump if MAGA wasn't so racist. MAGA would be a much bigger problem if it wasn't racist. Like, dead ass, like, conservatism would be a much bigger issue in this country if MAGA weren't racist. Swear to God, if most immigrants to this country were European, they'd be liberal. They'd be atheists and agnostics. They'd be pro-medicine, pro-science, pro-universal healthcare, like, the reality is, these immigrants share your values. These people from Colombia, from Cuba, from Venezuela, from even Mexico, these people share your values. They just don't share your skin color, your race, your phenotype. And as a result, you hate them. You despise them. You don't want them here. But best believe they share your values. They're Christian. They love God. They love Jesus. All of that. Oh yeah, a lot of them hate black people too. So, you know, bond on that, you know what I'm saying? Clank a few beers, bond on that. A lot of y'all really, the vibes are there. You hate blacks, you hate immigrants, you hate, you fucking pick and choose what parts of the Bible you like. I mean, it's all there. Y'all really should be the best of friends. But you ain't because racism. That's why. We all know what it is. It's just the truth. If most of the immigrants coming into America were white European, you'd find the immigrants sharing none of your values. That's the reality of it. I don't know why this lady would sit there and say, I wouldn't vote for either one. Swallow your pride and admit the fact that you voted for the wrong candidate. Kamala Harris wasn't going to cut your Medicaid. Kamala Harris wasn't going to do any of those things. At all. The only people who have maybe some sort of I can empathetically understand a Palestinian American saying, I wasn't going to vote for either one. I mean, if I was watching my cousins and extended family getting blown up, I probably would, I'd probably be in a place where I'd say, I'm not even voting. But if that's not you, you don't have no kind of excuse to say some stupid shit like this. Neither one. What? You wouldn't have voted for either one. Like, bro, these people, bro, let it go. The Republican Party does not believe in family values. They don't believe in Medicaid. They don't believe in Medicare. They don't believe in education. They don't believe in you. They don't believe it. Literally, they don't believe in you. You, the person coming over here across the border. You who's flying in. You who's coming in here legally. It doesn't matter. If you aren't white, they don't fuck with you. Get it through your head. Get it through your head. Vivek Ramaswamy posted a July 4th picture with his family, and it's just a bunch of conservatives in the comment section saying, you're not really an American. They said there's actually only 2 Americans in this picture. It was 2 white kids behind them. 2 little white kids in the background. And they were saying, no, the real Americans are in the back over there. Look to the left. Bro, they don't fuck with you. They don't like you. A lot of these immigrants come here and they want to pull the ladder up behind them. What makes you so special? Serious? I swear to God. What makes you so special and better than the others that haven't made it yet? I'm trying to I really want to understand. I really, really do. Sitting there saying you wouldn't have voted, that's a lie. I really don't believe. I think if she had a chance to go back with those kinds of chronic illnesses she has and her family and the conditions they have, I firmly believe if she could go back in time, she would have voted for Harris. She just won't say it. They can never say it. They can never. Bro, it was like that white lady who lost her job because of Trump and Elon. She couldn't bring herself to say, man, I ain't gonna lie, I would have voted for Harris. It's always I don't know what I would do, or I wouldn't vote for either one. What the fuck is wrong with you? Is Trump that important that your healthcare takes second place to him? Who the fuck is he? He did shit. Who is Trump? Hey, this nigga, y'all don't know this nigga. He's not a bad bitch, okay? He's not a bad bitch, so the simping don't make no kind of sense. He's not your baby mama. He's not your baby daddy. He's not none of. What is this kind of cocksucking? Make the math add up, chat. He's not that important. You about to tell me you would risk your livelihood again for Trump? Neither one. What do you mean neither one? What the fuck? What has he ever even done? He don't do shit but just exist and lie. These Trump niggas gonna be the death of the country. They can never be wrong. It's never, yeah, I voted for the wrong person. Bro, when I was 19, y'all already see my video, Wild at the Right. When I was 19, I voted for Trump. That was 2021. No, I was 8. I wasn't even 19 yet. No, I would have been 18 going on. Yeah, so when I was 18, I voted for Trump. Would have been going on 19. I'm 24 now. I stopped fucking with Trump when I was about 21. So, bro, like, I could admit when I'm like, nope, no thank you. You get older, you grow. Politics is no longer entertainment now. Now it's real because you're growing up and you're realizing, wait a minute, my vote's not a joke anymore. This is serious. When I realized how for real this shit was, I couldn't vote for a fucking clown. Y'all niggas be 40, 50, 60 years old talking about some, I don't know. I don't know who I vote for again. I don't know. What the fuck you mean you don't know? Nigga, what? Hey, conservatives, bro, pride come before the fall. Y'all claim to love the Bible so goddamn much. The God done told y'all about pride. Pride is considered a sin for a reason. It blinds you. It blinds you, not physically. It blinds you mentally, spiritually, from shit you could easily avoid if you just humbled yourself before your decision making. But no. That pride, bro, conservatives got too much ego, too much pride. This is the reason why they want the whole world to bow before the United States with this tariff shit. Ego, pride. In their mind, man, fuck China. They don't know how the economy actually works. They don't know how trade works. They don't know what a trade deficit is. In their mind, we're America, you're not. Even if our policies make no mathematical, logical, economic sense, bow before us. We are America. Look, I love America to death. I think we have the potential to be the best. We're not the best anymore. It's over. Jersey hung up, off the top 10 rankings, we're fucked. I think we can be the best. I love America. I'm a patriot. Love this country. America, America, America. But bruh, that don't mean we could just do dumb shit. That doesn't mean we fuck up. That doesn't mean we do stupid shit. Humility. Humility. None of these people are willing to admit I wouldn't vote for him again. All it takes is one Trump supporter to be brave enough to say this, by the way. All it takes is one saying, I'm not gonna lie, my health is more important to me than Trump. But for a lot of these people, because see, people say like, oh, the racism is more important. No, it's not. I can promise you, they cannot bring themselves. I promise you, if Trump destroys this nation enough, they will stop. Racism, they will, regardless of the racism, the homophobia, the transphobia, the sex, they will eventually have to stop. They will. I promise you, they will. Not because they have goodness in their hearts, but because they only care about themselves. I promise you. These people are just unwilling to say, yeah, if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't vote for Trump. They can't bring themselves to do it. These people's whole identity is caught up in MAGA. See, my identity was never caught up in Trump. I am me, he is him, MAGA is MAGA, I am me. I'm my own individual person. I don't feel an attachment to any of these people. I am me. Trump is not my vibe. He's not my, they call this nigga daddy now. Like, they are so spiritually and emotionally attached to Trump that in their mind, a condemnation of Trump is a condemnation of themselves, which is kind of true on some level. However, I always believe in giving people room to change. The world don't change unless people change. There is not going to be some judgment day where a divine power comes down and casts MAGA into hell. We can only hope, but I don't think that will happen. In order for the world to change, people we don't like and people we are mad at are going to have to change. It is what it is. I wish it didn't have to be that boring and that unfair, but that's just the truth. MAGA will fold when their lives become unbearable as a result of Trump. I promise you. Not because they've found a heart or they've changed or they found God. It's going to be because they're inconvenienced now beyond any sort of patience, beyond any sort of forgiveness, and they're going to turn against Trump. But these people just can't bring themselves to verbally say on camera, I wouldn't vote for, I would have voted for Harris. They can't bring themselves to do it. These people are crazy. They don't pay attention to shit. Kamala Harris was not planning on taking anything from them. They still chose to ignore because these people are caught up on bullshit that ain't got nothing to do with them. Trans people, gay people, black people, they're caught up on shit that that's not even in their lives. If you actually worried about you more, you'd actually vote for politicians that benefit you. If you aren't rich, there's no business. If you aren't rich, white, and male, there's no excuse to vote Republican. Dead ass. I don't care if you're a working class, blue collar white man. You are going to get burned by these rodents. That's what they are, rodents. Y'all's representatives in Congress, conservative white America, they are rodents. They are backstabbing us, you, all of that. And by the way, the people in this video said, oh, Trump backstabbed us. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. The knife was coming towards you. You turned your back till you couldn't see it. The motherfucker telling you, I'ma stab your ass. YouTube, chill. The motherfucker standing in front of you, telling you he about to slice your ass up. Everyone next to you was telling you, don't get close to him. He gonna stab your motherfucking ass. You say, you turn your back to where you can't see him because you don't want to look at the truth of what Trump is and what the Republican Party is. You want to see what you want to see. So you turn your back to the assailant, knowing he coming for your ass. Everyone's telling you, do not get close to him. You get close, you turn your back to see what you want to see. A knife ends up in your back, and now it's, we were backstabbed by Trump. No, the fuck you weren't. That's not what backstabbing is. Backstabbing is when you put trust in the motherfucker, because they've earned the trust and you have reason to believe in them and trust them, and they turn on you. That is backstabbing. This is not backstabbing. The Republican Party for decades has sold a policy, if you could even call it that, of small government, of defunding programs that take care of vulnerable Americans. They've always been about this. They have always been like this. And this bill was full of that fuckery from the beginning, and everybody told you, do not let this bill pass. Call your congressman, call everybody. Y'all didn't do that though. You let it pass. And now you've been backstabbed? No, you weren't. You invited the knife to your back because you saw, you knew, you were warned, and you chose to see what you wanted to see. You turned your head away from the assailant and got cut up. That ain't Trump. He didn't do that. He didn't fraud you. He didn't scam you. You just didn't want to listen to everybody else. The left told you. Former conservatives of the left told you. Everyone told you. Don't trust them. You didn't listen. Talking about Trump backstabbed us. That's what they want to believe because it's never their fault. It's never their fault. It's never, I'm not going to lie, I ignored all the people who warned me. No, it's, oh, Trump backstabbed me. No, he didn't. The Republican Party backstabbed me. No, they didn't. Accountability is the kryptonite. The kryptonite of conservatives. It's kind of crazy how conservatives, accountability is women's kryptonite. Ever talked to a conservative? You ever spoken to a conservative? Fuck out of here. Fucking goofs. Trump backstabbed us. Nigga, stop lying.